Make sure you ask the correct questions because this is like him interviewing Michael Jackson here.
You're right. Good evening and welcome to another episode of LipstickSheWrote. I'm your host Jamie and I'm here with Akil Romeo, aka 5-Star Akil.
Hey.
What is this? What is
This just like, you know, a vibe.
What up?
What up?
What up? So, getting straight into it.
I could relax. I could just, I could be.
Relax, be yourself. Right. Right. So getting into it straight, everybody may know you as a soca artist.
Right.
Started off with your sound system, associate degree back, 10, 15 years ago?
Like say about, was it 8 or 9 years ago?
8 or 9 years ago. Yeah. With everything that you do, the music, radio, hosting events, traveling the world, balancing time with your kids, etc. How would you say your brand has evolved from associate degree days to 5-star now?
Well, everything is just a new level to me. Even so from DJing, we was always building brand. Brand was very important to me as a DJ. And even now as a soca artist, it's very important as a soca artist as well. Evolve, I think, you know, I think it's still evolving, and I think the brand is actually starting to be a household brand. So, and that is very important to me now as we continue to push the product. I mean, it's a product, and I think we in the right place right now.
Okay. Given that you said, you know, building your brand is important and getting that household name in, you've always been one to, I think even before the entire industry started with visuals and everything like that, everybody knows you as that person to push out visuals and do a music video for everything, and you had it down pat for a while. Being that everyone is getting into that realm of things, I'm sure you have some other ideas in your back burner. You know, you always tend to be a step ahead. Do you face challenges with that, being, you know, people not understanding what you're trying to do and how you're trying to release?
I think most of the times when you're very creative, no, people wouldn't understand what you're trying to present. No, but after a while, it makes sense when you see it like 2 years or 3 years forward. It's like, you know, like, wait now, this is the story that he was trying to tell. I mean, visuals is not, I wouldn't take credit for being the first, but one of the main things is that you had to watch what is trending now, what trending now. And I go by what trending now, even you know, even with style, even the brand and all, we had to realize, well, where the music and where everything, the elements of everything going. Yeah, so it's basically, I watch trending is a big thing to me now. What trending now? All right, so let me just say, we could watch now. They basically take away a lot of music videos from TV stations. They're hardly playing music videos. So now it's like YouTube and basic platforms that now Instagram actually now introduce IGTV. So now this is the, you know, the platform now to really move forward to carry a brand.
Right. For this carnival season, I would say this has been one of the quietest ones for you. Just for me looking in, not sure exactly how your schedule has been. What do you think are some factors that has affected or impacted your season?
I wouldn't say it. I think I basically was contented of what I was presented with. Any times of shows, and everything is a reset now. It comes like you start all over again. Every year is like a reset. I mean, I had a really, really good season. I mean, some of the shows, I basically do some big shows. Some of the shows was kind of, you know, was contented, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it would be quiet, but I actually accomplished what I needed to accomplish. Like, actually dropping a music video that was really not of here. And that was one of the main things I was focused on, and making, trying to go to a different level with my music now. Every year is a different level, it's how to go with the music, because it just want people to understand, well, this is the story you're trying to tell now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as you touched on that, the music video that you released recently, you went to Japan.
Right, Japan.
That is a whole different vibe, a whole different element of people and scenery. And tell us a little bit about that experience and how you came about even thinking of going to Japan. I see that you have some friends there. You tend to post them on. I think they rolled with you this Carnival or something
Carnival,
like that.
yeah.
How did that come about? And
well, the whole Crystal Management actually accepted the request to Japan Soca Weekend. It's a weekend that they normally host around, I think it's around September, late September, and we actually accepted the request, and we didn't. We was going there in the intention to do the show, but as we had a meeting itself that we wanted to do, like, Crystal was like, why don't you shoot a video for the song that, on the rhythm? I said, wait, there's gonna be a whole scene by itself, because the song actually, it wasn't done, it wasn't finished, She said, all right, cool, let me try and still make it happen, man. Everything, as we say, let me make it happen, everything started falling in place. She started to reach out to the promoter and started to talk to the promoter a little bit more. And it looked like the promoter actually had, his girlfriend was controlling a dance class.
okay.
And they were willing to be a part of the project as well.
Okay.
And he and all was actually assisting, moving up and down, with us, trying us by the main historical sites and things to actually capture that magic in the video itself. Japan is like, they have a lot of restrictions of, you need permits, you need a whole heap of things. So we try to work with what we could have worked with at the time.
That means you was running from place to place?
Well, it had some times that we was doing like, the mob thing when it is do it come like actually that we dance and we go on. We go to our next place and we dance and we go on. But the experience and the people are actually really nice. I must say, one of the places that I will encourage people to do in their list of places to go is Japan, because it's a whole different scene.
Okay, so I'm sure that has opened up your mind on a creative level,
right?
Along with places that you may want to see moving forward in life, different areas. With that experience, where do you think, or how has it inclined for you to want to push harder and open those creative juices to get, what is it? Yes, because we tend to say when you go to New York, it's a creative space for people, buildings, whatever. What in itself for Japan stuck with you?
Boy, the people. The actual ambience, how they're so creative, like how they stand for a lot of, loyalty, and they very disciplined. The discipline on high. How we do things here is totally different to how they do things. They have a lot of loud music. You wouldn't see a car passing playing loud music in the street. That is a big charge. You wouldn't see an outdoor party unless,
proper license.
Yeah, it had a proper license. They're not allowed to make noise in the streets. It's a lot of restrictions, garbage in the streets, that's not allowed. So these things stand out to me now, because it's a whole different environment. And people are so nice.
Right.
They're so nice, they're so helpful, they admire what you do now, your culture.
Right.
So that's one of the things that really stand out. The inspiration, I think going to different places, inspire my music and inspire me to inspire writers, because basically I work with writers, and I could tell certain things, tell certain stories with writers, like, yo, this is what I really want to hear, everybody had their own style, and I think basically we creating our own style now. Creating our own new road that we're trying to cut and go through now.
Okay. So you said that you have writers that you work with. Not sure of your musical background. Is this something that has been totally new to you? How did going from a radio announcer, DJing, go into I'm wanting to sing soca, can you actually sit down and pen for yourself, or you just come through with the ideas and assist while writing? How does that process work?
I mean, so I could pen for myself, but sometimes sometimes I be like, I like 30% of the actual creation is really behind, you know, me and the writer and me and the person, you know.
Okay.
It's not really, it's just an idea. You just need one idea and the writer could tell that story. And I do work with writers, you know what I mean? I might have an idea and I might game and say, well, you know what? This chorus not really, you know, not standing out, or this verse didn't really hit me. I wanted to hit me like the average person that's walking the streets. That's how I see it. I always picture myself as the listener, not the person who's singing the music.
Okay.
So, you know, it's sometimes it's really hard because, you know, you are real critics, and then after that, people who really fall in it because they generally know your journey now. So it's basically, it is just how to balance the music properly and just actually work with the writers steadily to get the correct song there.
So I want to get into a little bit of your personal life and personal space.
Don't take it.
Exactly. The name 5-Star came from a life-changing experience that you
I mean,
encountered.
most people just say that though. It's not really that, you know. The name 5-Star came before that.
Okay.
It came after our 5th party that we threw, our anniversary, and we was looking at it. It was like our 5th anniversary, and we just gave 5 stars.
And
that,
we, as in associate degree?
associate
Okay.
degree. And then after, no, it's basic. I end up actually wanted to get an artist name because I find that was my time to really start a venture
Into the music.
Yeah, the first song was Bumper, that didn't make it, but you know, it was still 5-Star Akil.
Right.
But I'm really happy that I went through that stage of that first song, because it was not an easy stage. It actually made me into somebody who I am now, that I would watch the music in a different way now.
From that song, I remember that song. I can't remember the event in which I saw you perform that song in.
It's like many events. It was just like,
Yeah, there was one in specific. Was the first time I've seen you perform it and heard it for myself. From that particular point to your next release, it was a drastic change.
Yeah.
Typically, you get people going through a couple of phases of iffy songs, something hitting or not hitting, but
Right.
that one, it went from
straight to top.
mediocre straight into, okay, this could sit. What changed there? Was it writer, producer?
Well, what I would
team?
say is like, what changes really, you know, the person and what they want, and getting the right writer who would really actually understand you, because the writer part is very hard. To be a writer, writing for somebody else is one of the hardest things ever.
You have to be able to express that emotion. You have to suck something out of somebody to deliver that story.
That come like you as a writer trying to be somebody that you are not,
Not right.
and deliver still, and this person had to come and deliver that. So that is really a big thing now. But the whole transition was basically getting the right writer and hearing that perfect song.
So from that experience though, what would you give someone as advice? Because at that point in time, there were persons that was pushing you. There were persons that was taking it for a joke. So there have been, and this is where emotions and pressure and, you know, not feeling confident about yourself come in. How were you able to, take that experience and make something better from it? How would you advise someone going through the same kind of emotion or confusion on the direction in which they want to take this? What would you give them?
You need these things to happen. You need to be down in order to go up. I mean, like just like I say, I realized it was silent in the season. You need this period. You just need a period like this in your life to experience and how you're going to deal with certain things, to filter. Then after, when you filter out everything now, the door is just open, because you're starting to see clear now. So as I needed a period in between that gap to reach to this gap. You needed a period to understand, well, all right, this is how this is going to happen, and this is who we're going to contact to get that perfect song, or you know what I mean. You just need a period, because if you don't have a period, you just sit down and be like, all right, whatever, and you will never reach where you need to reach. So you need people who bad mind. You need people who just don't like you or hate you. You need them, because them is motivate you. If you don't have them, and you would say no, and then after 2 years from now, you would still meet them people.
That's true. You can never tell for me who's genuine. Well, you can, but there's always that two-faced side of things that show you good and show you bad. But as you say, you need those people in life to get you through and to push and be better at your craft and better at anything that you do in life.
And again, it's not just, you wasn't just saying on here by guess. You actually needed somebody to tell you it wasn't good in order for you to just sit down and say, well, I want to show this person how good I am because I am a great host.
Right.
Or I'm a great cameraman, or I'm a great singer, I'm a great father or great mother. You just need, you just need these things. You might watch it and boy, why these things happening? Why all these fight on? It's not fight on, that's good. Some of we just say fight on is not really fight on, is we need them things. We need them things to motivate us. And sometimes I was watching that boy, why getting this and why getting, but it's not even that. Because these people would continue being who they are. You can't change that. Yeah. It's you have to change that. Yeah. Change your mind, change your thinking. So that I contented of my season. I so blessed that even at least being, we actually learned one of the second hottest rhythms in the season. I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. Last year I didn't accomplish what I needed to accomplish, but I needed a last year to end up here. And then after I needed here to go to the next level to be for the next year.
Right.
So it's just basically you have to put your mindset. You can't let that depression come and send you mad on like drink rum and because it don't make sense. Because what you're going to do, they're not going to make you feel any better.
Absolutely.
10 minutes, temporary. It is a temporary fun, and that was it. Yeah. And this is temporary. We're not going to be here forever doing this. Mm-hmm. So, but at the meantime, while we're doing it, like we're just trying to be great in what we're doing.
Right. All right, that's a good point. Back to your personal space. I don't want it to sound like that. I'm not getting into your personal business. But I want to touch on the life-changing experience that you went through. Being shot, almost losing your life, etc. Of course, there were some changes that you needed to take place personally that made you into the person that you are now. How has that changed your life, and what have you gained from that?
I think sometimes when God really don't know how to reach you, He know how to reach you, but how he want to reach you. With that experience I went through, I never felt no pain. But he just wanted me to move from here to come to a certain place. If I did only know that, I would not be here today. It might sound bad, but what happened to me was a great thing that happened to me, because I actually gained more from what happened to me. If that didn't happen to me, I'd be still where I am. So sometimes you're like, yo, why did Akil get shoot, boy? We never know the reason why. It have no reason. No reason that happened. But it's not even whoever was put in place to do whatever they needed to do. It's not their fault, it's God just trying to show you, yo, I need to take you from here. But I'm going to carry you through this fire. But you're not going to get touched now. You're just going through the fire. God going to ensure. But you have to believe. You can't go through the fire and if you have no faith, you will get burned. So you must believe that you're not going to get burned, because God going to make sure everything going and be alright. So I mean, in my song, I never do an interview like this and tell people, and I didn't have the confidence to say it. Like, you know what happened to me was great. It's not even to change certain things, it's just God going and carry you through our next process. And it was right. When somebody was saying it's like when a woman having a pregnancy, before the baby come out, what she's had to go through. Right. And when the baby come out, this is what happen. The baby, and the baby, alright, she normal, but what she's getting?
Yeah, she's getting a newborn child.
A newborn.
Yeah.
So it's basically what I'm saying is right. You need to go through pain.
Right.
But it's not pain like she going through pain like she going and, oh God. It's like pain that God know he crying through something, but it's if you going and break when you going and go through that. Breaking could do anything. You know how this industry is. This industry, if you're not, it's every year you reset, and every year you might be on top this year and the next year, they ain't even calling your phone. Like how it is.
Absolutely.
But you know what, you gotta continue having a mindset or actually praying and asking God to keep you steady, stay humble, and everything will work out the way it's supposed to work out.
Absolutely. Very good stuff.
You can't answer, that's the whole thing.
Yeah. So it's deep, it's deep. How do you balance your kids, family life, work, everything that you have going on? And it's a question that I seem to ask a lot because, people tend to, you're all over the place, you have gigs here, you're traveling. When do you find time for yourself to reflect? Is it when you're traveling, you're sitting in your hotel room, talking to your kids, home, just relaxing? When is your time? How do you meditate and get those thoughts and focus aligned?
I want to be real with you, right? Being real with you, I miss a lot of, because of working and trying to build certain things, I miss a lot certain things of my kids' life. And now, as we in this quiet season, it worked out good. Because I actually connected more with them now. You know what I mean? It's like I could actually connect more and understand where they want to be in life and push them and try and motivate them. But before, I actually get kids at a really young age now. So you know what I mean? It was really me still, I had no help in the sense of like I had not help from the mothers, but no help of working. I had to continue working to feed them, to ensure that they have everything that they want. And one thing I always do, and everybody know I just real see about my children and them, no matter what. I know I never had that opportunity to actually have fun with them. So now it's like that time we could go dinner on his birthday. We could do this, I could spend time reasoning, thing, you know what I mean? Never had that. So now sometimes we doesn't know what's setting up in the future, If we only know, we go be cheating. You have to understand what you're going through. You gotta understand the process. So I understand the process, so I say like, yeah, whatever.
The point in which you have realized life on the whole, having a fair idea of your mental and how you think about things is actually really appalling to hear you speak in that way. And it's fortunate but unfortunate. We have to go through different life lessons, to realize these things. Do you think any one of your boys would stay into the direction and career path of what you have done?
I don't know.
Do they pique interest?
Yeah.
Which one?
Both of them.
Really?
Jordan and Tyler.
Really? Oh, wow. I don't see Jordan. Well,
Nah,
I don't know Jordan at
but
age now,
they know music because music was always in the background of, coming from me and seeing their father do. Everything I do is for them now. I'm not doing this for me, everything is for them. So when after music, they have something that they could say, my father was great. I might not have no titles as yet, but you know what? He make good music now.
Right.
And that is my aim right through every single year, to make great music for people to enjoy. And I want my kids to stand with that. I mean, and as I said, it have people who wouldn't like you, and have some people who would like you, they'll love you. But they only loving you because I one thing you're on top.
Right.
But love me when I in the middle and I down. Love me all the time. So to me, I understand this is how people is. So we can't get steered by what people thinking. We gotta get steered by which is important. Which is important. Your kids, them happy, your family, and the people who actually support you.
Valid. Very true. We go and tie it up. Last question I want to ask though. Radio. I know we can't talk about it in depth due to obvious reasons.
Right.
I'm sure you miss your fans. I'm sure you miss people calling Akil, who's tuning in every day to hear you out. How did that affect you, that shift? Because it was a drastic change for you. Is that something that you think now, because you went from 96 to Slam, you've been on 96 for years, is that something you feel like now I could let it go? Radio, I can let it go, or you feel like you want to get back into the realm of radio?
Well, whoever decision it was and however it happened, I just want to tell them thank you. That's all. I can't answer that question no more. No, I can't even go in
Deeper,
depth.
right.
But all I have to say to you, thank you. Yeah.
Well, tell everybody how they could find you, how they could book you. Tell us your social media platform.
My social media platform, all the information is on my IG at Akil Borneo, 5 Star Akil. You can check right there. The booking information is there. The email, Gmail, everything is there for you to contact me, to book me. So I could come to a state near you, a venue near you. Don't take it personal.
Guys, your host Jamie again. This is LipstickSheWrote, another episode with 5 Star Akil. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember my LipstickSheWrote Instagram, link in my bio. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week. Ciao.